if Toxic Attraction never interrupted the match, Dewdrop Dewdrop and Nikki, almost a superhero, would have won. They definitely would have won this match by far. Like I would definitely been like, all right, they won this match. But no, the champs picked up the win and are still NXT women's tag team champs. And we already know the reason why Toxic Attraction interrupted is because one, they still want them NXT tag team titles, the women's tag team titles at that. And like usually when a faction dies is usually they start with the NXT women's they start with the tag team titles. So when Toxic Attraction lost them titles, we honestly think that Mandy Rose was gonna lose the championship. Nope, became double champion. So now that she's double champion and she's obviously the leader of Toxic Attraction, the rest of Toxic Attraction got to get them women's tag team titles back, which honestly they will. It's definitely going to happen. But let me just talk briefly about this, this women tag team titles match. What is the when it like was it a good match? Yeah, it was a good match. Um, there is some points that I bring out. Not gonna hold you. Dewdrop was become most dominant in this match. Oh God, but Nikki as almost a superhero. Let's talk about her for a second. Her she gotta drop this gimmick. She gotta stop this dumbass gimmick. Like this gimmick is too much. It's stupid. Like it never worked on the main roster. What made you think it was gonna work on NXT? Like I understand that WWE is slowly getting her back to Nikki Cross, slowly but surely, and we can all see it because one, the cape is gone. She still has the mask. The cape is gone, and she has a jacket now. So, and this is just like when she had the jacket as a character, Nikki Cross. So, I'm gonna let you know right now. Her she's like I'm glad that WWE is slowly getting her back to Nikki Cross one way or another, but she's still almost a superhero. She still has that almost superhero gimmick, and the gimmick is dumb. It's stupid. Like she gotta drop the gimmick. I'm done with it. Like it's stupid overall. I don't like it. Like just drop it already and just give us Cross back. But the thing is, like when you partner Dewdrop with anybody, she's the most dominant person in that ring. Even though I don't really like her like that, and sometimes her matches can get boring because of how the match is portrayed or how the match is. Like, she's mostly the dominant person in that match. By far the dominant person in that match. Until the only way she loses is either from a distraction or she messes up some way somehow. Like she either botches a landing or botches a move, and then she becomes distracted by theme music, and then she immediately loses just like that. Like, even though she's a good wrestler, I'm not saying she's not a good wrestler. Like, this is her second title opportunity in nearly in this past year. I think her first title opportunity was Royal Rumble, if I'm not mistaken, was the Royal Rumble when it was Becky Lynch versus Dewdrop for the Raw Women's Championship. Sorry, and even though Dewdrop is good in the ring, her mic skills definitely needs to be worked on. Her mic skills is trash. They are trash. They definitely need to be worked on. Once she wins a title, she needs to work on her mic skills by far. Because right now, the only thing that is for you to show up for is your in ring performance, and even your in ring performance is not even that good. It's good, but not good enough. Like, give me back UK style Piper Nixon. Give me back her name at this point. Just give me back fully Piper Nixon. Give me back that. Because I like to see that Piper Nixon. I like to see her in NXT UK than, WWE right now. Because her NXT UK run was way better than her WWE main roster run right now. Oh God. And coming from the UK and trying to win them titles, like it's looking pretty bad for her right now because any little thing you're basically making her look like a weakling at this point because any little thing that distracts her she immediately loses just like that, and it's sad but it's true. um Dewdrop has a lot of potential. Nikki has a lot of potential, obviously. She's always close to becoming like a champion. She's always close to becoming a champion, right? And what better way to give her, to give her a champion? Well, I can't really say to give her another champion because she's already been champion before. She's a two-time, WWE NXT Women's Champion. So for her to become a third-time tag team champion is no surprise. But I want you to give Nikki Cross a world title win. That's what I'm getting for right now. Give my girl Nikki Cross, Nikki almost a superhero, a world title run. That's all I'm really asking for. Just give her a world title run. I need that world title run. Like, as soon as they put her back to Nikki Cross, give her, well, you know why I say give her a world title run? Because her Raw Women's title run was trash as hell. She only lasted 2 weeks. I know people's like, what do you mean a world title run? She already got a world title run. That Raw Women's Championship world title run was trash. That shit does not count. She won it. She became okay. Let me break this down a little bit. She became a two-time NXT, not NXT. She became a two-time, WWE tag team champ, like women's tag team championship title run. That was good. She became Mrs. Money in the Bank. That was good. She became Raw Women's Champion. That was trash. That lasted 2 weeks. She basically waited till Rhea Ripley, till Rhea Ripley lost, the Raw Women's Championship to Charlotte Flair at Money in the Bank. The next night on WWE Raw, she won the title by crossbodying Charlotte Flair, and then she won that way. Everything after she won the Raw Women's Championship, her holding that title was the trashiest run of all time. She always kept losing her match, getting bodied, and put in her place. And then when it came time to SummerSlam for a triple threat match for the title, Rhea Ripley, Nikki almost a superhero, and Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair picked up the win and got her Raw Women's Championship back. She lost it in a day after Money in the Bank, but picked up the win again at SummerSlam and became Raw Women's Champion. When I tell you, give Nikki almost a superhero or Nikki Cross at this point another title run, because in my mind that Raw Women's Championship doesn't count for one bit. That Raw Women's Championship title run does not count. That was the most trashiest title run of all time. And I'm going to tell you that right now. That run as a Raw Women's Champion, as as Nikki Cross, as Nikki almost a superhero, that was the most trashiest run of all time. In my mind, that run does not fucking count one bit. Give me a better run as Nikki Cross as a Raw or SmackDown Women's Champion. And if you can capitalize on that and make her great again, I'll give you all the respect, WWE and Triple H. But right now, her gimmick is trash. Her WWE women's champion run, main roster run, world champion run was trash. So until you can give her a good ass world championship run, she is trash to me right now. She is trash to me. But overall, for the NXT Women's Champion, good job in the ring. And retaining your Women's NXT Championships. And obviously, we're going to see Toxic Attraction versus Carter and Candice. So, and either that's going to be on the next NXT 2.0 show or the next, NXT pay-per-view, which I hope is going to be the next NXT pay-per-view. And if it's the next NXT pay-per-view, obviously Toxic Attraction will get them titles back. But until then, keep your heads high, women. And please still remain tag team champs. So congratulations on you two still retaining them titles. And we'll see what you guys have to offer on the next NXT 2.0 show.